Good day, all of you. Myself, Dr. Arvind Sharma, Associate Professor in Physics, Government Dungar College, Bikaner. Today's topic of lecture for MSc Final Physics students, we continue the topic bunching process in two cavity crystals. In the last lecture, we derived this expression delta L equal to V0 pi V0 upon omega beta. Okay. Deriving this expression, we choose some approximations. One of that is space charge is neglected. Now we are trying to derive the expression by using relations and taking some assumptions. Okay. Now we know that the spacing between, when we draw the diagram for two cavity klystron, this figure is two cavity klystron figure and its bunching process. The time between T1 and T2. Which time? Transit time for an electron to travel a distance L in drift region. That means in field free space. This is given by distance upon time, distance upon velocity, L upon V, and Vt1 expression we already derived. Vt1 expression we already derived. After putting this expression becomes T0 1 minus beta I V1 upon 2V0 sin omega t minus theta z upon 2. Using the binomial expansion, and by using that magnitude of x is less than 1 and T0 is L upon V0. This is known as DC transit time. Okay. If there is some notation 0, then this denotes for DC. Okay, that is for DC transit time angle. Okay, in terms of radians, you just multiplied this expression by omega, and simplifying it, we get omega capital T equal to omega T2 minus omega T1 equal to theta 0 minus x sin omega T1 minus theta 0 upon 2. That is in terms of radians. This is applied diagram. Here theta 0 is DC transit angle. As I initially told you that if there is zero symbol, zero subscript for a symbol, that is for DC transit angle, and this is DC transit time. Okay. Now theta 0 equal to 2 pi n. Capital N is the number of electron transit cycles in the drift space, and capital X equal to beta I V1 upon 2V0 theta 0. This is known as bunching parameter of a klystron. Capital X is known as bunching parameter of the klystron. As we know that at the buncher gap, a charge dq0 passing through a time interval dt0. dq0 charge is passing through in time interval dt0. That means dq0 equal to I0 dt0. Using the principle of conservation of charge, this amount of charge dq0 also passes through catcher at the time dt2. Conservation of charge, same charge passing through the catcher cavity also. Okay, that means I0 dt0 equal to I2 dt2. Okay, absolute value signs are necessary because negative value of time ratio would indicate a negative current, and a negative current at the catcher cave. That is only symbol. Okay, current I2 is the current at the catcher cave. Okay. Now T2 equal to given by T0 plus T0. Same relation we use again if we want to expression for T2, then this extra term here, and by using relation 19 we can get easily it, and again converting it into radians we multiply by omega, and this equation converts into this. Here omega T0 plus theta z upon 2 is known as Buncher cavity departure angle, and omega T2 minus theta 0 plus theta g upon 2 is the Kacher cavity arrival angle. This is departure angle and this is arrival angle. Departure from Buncher or arrival at Kacher. Now figure 10 shows the curves for the Kacher cavity. Which figure? This figure. This figure shows the figure between Buncher cavity departure angle and Kacher cavity arrival angle. And x is the parameter which we are varying. If x equal to 0, that is center line 0.5, 1 and 1.5. Okay, size kind of variation you get from minus pi to plus pi. Differentiating 38, we get this expression. Easily you can differentiate. Now current is given by, okay, this expression is for I2 T0. Similarly, if we want to calculate I2 T2, then this becomes varying the time T0 and T2. That means this expression becomes this omega T0 plus theta g by 2, and this is omega T2 minus theta 0 minus theta g by 2. Now we know that by using the graph or seeing the velocity modulation curve, this expression T2 equal to T0 plus tau plus capital T0 is namely, by multiplying it omega, it converted into radians. Okay, so beam current I2 T2 is a function of Kacher arrival angle in terms of bunching parameters. What is x? X is bunching parameter, okay, and Kacher arrival angle. This curve shows a curve between Kacher cavity arrival angle omega T2 minus theta 0 plus theta g upon 2 versus beam current I2. For different values of x, for x equal to 0, only a straight line. Okay. For 0.5, for 1, and this becomes sharp peaks. Now, the beam current at the Kacher cavity is a periodic waveform. Point to be noted that beam current at the Kacher cavity is periodic waveform of period 2 pi upon omega about DC current, and such kind of current can be expanded in the Fourier series. We know that I2 equal to, if we using Fourier series, this is given by A0 plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity an cos n omega t2 plus bn psi n omega t2, where n is an integer excluding 0. The series coefficients are given by the equations in integral form. You are familiar with these expressions when you do the Fourier transformations. A0 given by 1 upon 2 pi integral minus pi to pi I2 d omega d2, and an and bn are given by 1 upon pi minus pi to pi cos n omega dt, cos n omega t2 d omega t2, and bn is I2 sin n omega t2 d omega. Here is cos and here is sin, but this is also a difference, that is I2 is here, I2 is here also. So this constant is a combined effect. If you want to remember the integration, that is the method how you can remember. This is without sine cosine, this is with cos, this is with sine, but with I2 also. Okay. So by using the expressions, you easily can get A0 equal to I0 and AN equal to this and BN equal to this. Many expressions you memorize because you must remember these expressions, because there is no time in exam to derive these such kind of different expressions, because question is very long for you. By using the trigonometrical functions, you are very familiar: cos A plus minus B, sin A plus minus B. Okay. So by using these things, each term of integrand contains an infinite number of terms of Bessel functions. If there are such kind of functions, then this is given by 2z0 nx plus twice z2 nx plus cos 2 omega t0 plus theta 0 plus 2z4 term. Similarly, if you have sine term, then you are getting odd terms, z1, z3, and here you get even terms z2, z4, z0. Okay, this is the method how you can remember this term. So by using these terms, the integrals are readily evaluated by the term and the series coefficients an equal to this and bn equal to this. What is Zn? Zn is nothing but nth order Bessel function of the first kind. What is Zn and Zn nx? Nth order Bessel function of the first kind. This figure gives the argument of Znx nx versus value of Zn nx. Okay. So here we can see that if the value of Zn nx is 0.582 and argument is given by 1.84, at that you get the value of maximum amplitude of the component of IF, that means fundamental component. Substituting these equations, beam current becomes what we want to calculate. Beam current we express in Fourier series and we calculate these integrations, and after substituting the all equations, we get the formula for beam current is I2 equal to I0 summation n equal to 1 infinity twice I0 j n nx cos n omega small t2 minus tau minus capital A0. The fundamental component of the beam current at Kacher cavity has a magnitude. Fundamental component is twice I0 J1x. Twice I0 J1x is fundamental component, and fundamental component IF has its maximum amplitude at x barabar 1.841. What is x? X is, we define x before because this parameter is important. So you should remember this. Bunching parameter of the klystron. What is x? Beta I v1 upon twice v0 theta 0 is known as bunching parameter of klystron. Okay. So we calculate by using concepts that fundamental component IF has its maximum value, maximum amplitude at x equal to 1.8. Now, the optimal distance L at which the maximum fundamental component of current occurs is computed from 34, 35 and 54 by using x equal to this. If we put x equal to this in 34, 35, what is the equation 34, 35? We use 34, 35, x okay, and using this equation we get optimum distance, that means L optimum equal to 3.682 V small v0 capital V0. Capital V0 for potential and small v0 for velocity upon omega beta I V1. So you should remember this expression, and this expression we derive for the optimum distance. If we compare this formula from the equation 31 which we derive tomorrow, is approximately 15% less. What is the distance given by tomorrow equation is approximately 15% less than the result of equation this. That means this is 15% more. Okay. Why this discrepancy happens? This discrepancy is due to, in part, to the approximations made in deriving equation which we derive tomorrow. Okay. If you want to see this expression, then this expression is given by here. We derive tomorrow pi v0 small v0 capital V0 upon omega beta I v. Okay, and here we see that this expression is given by 3.682. So the difference in there is pi. In 31, remaining terms are same. Remaining terms are same. The difference is only for here is pi. And in this expression, you have the value 3.682. This is the difference. That means L optimum is 15% more. Okay. And what is the reason for this? Because the maximum fundamental component of current, maximum fundamental of current will not coincide with the maximum electron density along the beam because the harmonic components exist in the beam. That means the existence of the harmonic components, in the beam deviates this difference, because due to this maximum fundamental component of current will not coincide. That means this is different from the maximum electron density along the beam. That is the very important conclusion here. So you remember it. So today we derive the expression for exact value of the distance, that is optimum value. Thank you all of